What we're talking about more or less is something called computer-aided decision-making, I suppose, or decision
but as we've
support
seen
systems,
here, this is
and
an
like some of these
example
other
of
things we've
computer
talked
systems
about.
helping.
The first trouble is trying to
Systems like
define
this
what
are
it is
being
we are
used
talking
to
about.
power things like ChatGPT and other AI tools that are becoming integrated into our daily life.
Okay, we're actually going to be using a decision support system to make some real business decisions later on in the program. First, let's go out and see how computer-aided decision-making is being used right now.
My name is Jay, and I work as IT manager for a machine learning company called Legion. In my everyday life, from answering emails to using it for IT security, I use it to help with automation and code for what I do daily. So for me, AI is it's a big part of what I do almost 8 hours a day.
Stepping into healthcare right now is like stepping into that future world, where we're able to solve these really complex problems with just incredible efficiency. In rural areas, for example, local clinics, they're using AI-driven tools to help diagnose patients remotely without even needing to leave their community. That's a game changer.
Field medics on site, they will shoot ballistic into all those gel pads. So different size bullets, how it's treated, how it's what. So all you're doing as a field is scanning it, and Google's backend and technology actually helps say, hey, you triage this. So you're saving someone's life quicker.
There have been several periods in history that have transformed military operations or armed warfare. Where does artificial intelligence sit in that?
That's huge. In fact, I've referred to it as the mother of all technology sort of thing. So the ability to make decisions, the so-called OODA loop, the observe, orient, direct, and act loop, to do that faster than your opponent, oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes gives you a decisive advantage.
The International Committee of the Red Cross says autonomous weapons, including those that use AI, could lead to unintended consequences.
You know, artificial intelligence, theoretically, taken to its extreme, machines could be making decisions without human interface.
But to get the AI to talk back to you, to get it to read a document, to read it to analyze hundreds of thousands of petabytes of data within seconds, you need the Google, Facebook, you need their infrastructures. And that's kind of the downside also, is that without very deep pockets and a lot of money, you can't run these AIs efficiently.
With image generators like DALL-E and Stable Diffusion, almost anyone can create new art in a matter of seconds. But the models that make this art don't just do it out of thin air. They've learned to mimic styles, even specific artists, through a process called training. Many artists never gave their consent for their art to be used in an image generator like this. This is Carla Ortiz. She's a concept artist in San Francisco. Last year, she discovered her art had been scraped into an AI image dataset.
And that, to me, felt really invasive, because I had never given anyone my permission to do that.
Carla and a group of other artists filed a class action lawsuit against Stability AI and a group of other AI image generators. But critics say the AI art generators are taking inspiration the same way a human does, by studying other pieces and learning from them. Crucially, they say, these aren't copies. That's led the companies being sued to ask for the case against them to be dismissed.
AI generated whatever. You could use a prompt and create this scene. But if you're using your data, if you're using your art, if you're using your creativity in the AI, that's where it becomes different. It's you. It's reading who you are as a creator and just enhancing what you're doing, not just making something up. I don't use AI in any other way except I feed it what I want. I don't just ask it to do some random thing.
3 seasons and a podcast.
Tilly Norwood, 100% AI generated.
The unions have already fought and won some AI protections for actors, including consent and compensation for reproductions of their likeness.
That's where your bias part comes into it, because you think it's going to hinder the creativity of it. But when it comes down to the reality of putting together a movie, it always comes down to cost. How quick, how many production people do you need as a graphic designer? How much storyline do you need? How much gets cut?
The European company Particle 6 is presenting her as an actress. The CEO says she's been meeting with entertainment companies.
Bring it on. Yeah. Because you can always tell them from us.
This is a story about needs and wants. Sometimes what we need may not be what we want.
Well, if your electric bill has gone up lately, you are not alone.
You know, data centers have a voracious appetite for electricity.
Meta is building a 2 gigawatt plus data center that is so large it would cover a significant part of Manhattan.
The environmental impact, we're kind of noticing that now with heat. Can it be fixed? Hopefully. It is affecting our environment. There are ways, and we should be able to cool it down with the engineering and the advance that we have in physics today. Should be able to help, but that is something that we have to monitor and keep an eye on. Yes.
People's utility bills may double in the next 7 to 10 years just to power data centers. Pollution is rising and water supplies are being stretched thin.
Days after he pulled the United States out of the Paris Climate Agreement, President Trump announced plans to build sprawling AI data centers across the country.
House is here, and the data center's right there.
It's less than 400 yards. We're on a well here, and we started having issues with our well in 2018. I have to replace a hot water heater. I've replaced 2 washing machines and a dishwasher because of the sediment that's coming in.
Fayetteville City Council voted 5-0 in favor of the development, despite passionate opposition from some local residents.
We were very transparent. The Development Authority was very open about attracting a data center, and there wasn't any resistance until it came to their property specifically.
This is a huge industrial project plopped in a residential area.
In 2024, on raw land, it paid $1.13 million in property taxes. That contributed $760,000 to our local Board of Education.
Just since 2023, Georgia Power has raised rates 6 times.
I'm apologetic that they're being impacted, but I also see the benefits of what the companies are doing and how they're improving our economy.
They destroyed the environment, taking down all the trees across the road. The light pollution is...
We don't have to have a night light in the house. You can walk around the house at night and see everything. It's that bright.
That you have to balance what's the highest and best use for the whole of the community.
Yeah, well, you know, these data centers are powered generally by fossil fuels right now. Fossil fuels contribute carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, which warms up our planet through climate change. And, you know, as they put in these data centers right now, it's just sort of a mad rush to where can we get the power? Where can we get the power? So the cleanliness of the power or the renewableness of the power is not the top priority at the moment. It's like we just need this energy.
Do I believe AI is a bubble? Yes.
Michael Berry, who predicted 2008, is already making the same bet.
It's going to bust in the sense of product, but the underlying infrastructure and what runs AI is going to be here to stay. It's just the beginning. This will be ongoing. We've been using a form of AI for the last 20 years through algorithm and machine learning, and that's what kind of AI has been birthed from. So it's definitely not going anywhere. We're just seeing the start of what AI can do.